Hello and welcome back to my channel. On this episode of Christian Cringe and Things That Make You Want to Go Blah, we have this moronic pastor coming up who fat shames, expects unrealistic expectations of women, degrades them, and downright acts like an all-around gross douchebag while expecting a quote-unquote trophy wife like Melania Trump. So let's go watch this minute and 28 seconds somewhere on that line clip from this pastor, and then we'll talk about it.
And ladies, here's the thing you need to know about men. Don't give him a reason to be like this distracted boyfriend. You hear me? Don't give him a reason to be looking around. Hello? So, okay. Why is it so many times that women, after they get married, let themselves go? Why is it? Why do they do that? Now look, I'm not saying every woman can be the epic trophy wife of all time, like Melania Trump. I'm not saying that at all. Now, most women can't be trophy wives, but you know, like her, maybe a participation trophy. I don't know, but all I can say is not everybody looks like that. Amen. Not everybody looks like that. But you don't need to look like a butch either. But you say, how can I do that? Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question. I'm so glad you asked that question because you're in my office, you and your husband, and we're talking about your marriage, and you've asked me this question about what can I do about that. All right, if you were sitting in my office, here's the first thing I'd say to you, and boy, I hate to say that, this is why I don't do marital counseling anymore, and that is weight control. So how important is this? Let me tell you something. I have a friend. He has put a divorce weight on his wife. That's how important this is. You know, makeup is a good thing. You know, one little boy said to the other boy, why do girls wear makeup and perfume? He said, because they're ugly and they stink. You don't want to be ugly and stink. Scientists have discovered, by the way, a food that diminishes a woman's sex drive. It's called wedding cake. Yeah.
So the first thing he jumps into is don't give them reason to stray or to look or to do other things. Other people look. The problem I would have with this is it is not my responsibility to keep my husband in his pants. It is my husband's job, who made a commitment to me, to keep that commitment and keep his in his pants for anyone else. I don't care if he's looking at other women. I look at other men. I find other men attractive. I tell him when I find other men attractive. He can tell me when he finds other women attractive. As long as it stays in his pants, we good. So, next thing he jumps into is Melania Trump is the ideal specimen of a woman. So this Christian pastor is telling me he wants women to look up to a woman who said she didn't care about migrant children at the border, has naked pictures of herself online, doesn't like doing Christmas decorations, which if I'm not mistaken is what you consider her wifely duty. So she's not doing her wifely duty. Barely can stand to be with her husband, doesn't sleep in the same room with her husband. Yeah, that's the marriage we want to be propping up. A woman who married a man for his money. And then, to boot, he had an affair right after she had a baby with a porn star. So, not the ideal marriage, if you ask me. I don't know about you, but that's not what I would prop up as my ideal marriage or my ideal woman. Even though, you know, and the sex work thing doesn't really bother me, but the rest of it does. All right. And I know the sex thing would bother them. Like the naked picture, if that was any other first lady, they'd be screaming. Heck, they screamed because, you know, our current first lady has a doctorate. Then he goes in to say that when women come in for marriage counseling, he doesn't do marriage counseling anymore. You probably don't do marriage counseling because you probably got decked in the face by one of the husbands. You were being a douche to his wife. Blaming the woman's appearance for why there are problems in their marriage is not it. Marriage takes work from both sides. So to say that if she just upkept her appearance, things would be okay is a fracking joke. Then he says that y'all can't be the ideal specimen. You can get your participation trophies. Have you seen that gremlin-looking, troll-featured-looking dude? Trying to say that women have that. He's got a participation trophy for nerdy as blech. Look, his personality is gross, and he ain't got nothing else going for him, so... And I don't normally insult people's appearance, but he had it coming. Then he goes on to say that women shouldn't look butch, which means that he wants a feminine woman, and he threw in some homophobia in there while he was at it. Women, you can dress and look however you want. If you don't want to wear makeup, that is fine. If you want to wear makeup, that is fine. He then ends it with the whole, he has a guy who put a weight limit on his wife in their marriage, like their prenup. I find that disgusting. If that's something she agreed to, fine. It's still gross, and it's not something women should have to agree to get married. Otherwise, I can put a weight limit in on my husband. And if he doesn't have a perfect six-pack and isn't built like, I don't know, pick any one of the Avengers, then, you know what? He's breaking his marriage contract, and that would pretty much, you'd be all over me like, well, you only in it for the looks then. That's exactly what this guy is saying. That we have no value outside of our appearance and waiting on them hand and foot. You can take your sexist, misogynistic garbage and shove it up your Alright guys, that was on today's episode of Christian Cringe, and I will see y'all later.